Hey coaches, this video is going to be about our heavy right 38 jet sweep, okay? Now, when we say heavy, that's just saying we're bringing an extra player over to the play side and we're going to run that way, okay? So if we say heavy right, it just tells our tight end he's lining up to the right. Now, this is basically just tackle over, okay? We just had a tight end that was an okay blocker, kind of good enough to do anything, so we just moved him to keep it simple. You could go your true tackle over where you move if you got two good tackles, you want to move over your tackle to the play side so you got both of your tackles on one side and run the true tackle over, go for it. But like I said, we just have our tight end do it. That's just our preference. But this is really tackle over. For you wing T guys, this is tackle over. We're just moving our tight end over rather. And now he's not technically not a tight end, okay, because he's covered, so he is not eligible. Just keep that in mind. But again, this is just how we do it. Now, if we don't have a tight end that we feel comfortable doing it, we'll just move our tackle over. Sometimes we do tackle over. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, our blocking rules for the interior here, they're going to step play side and cut off. That's basically what we're going to do. Okay, if they got an inside defender, they're probably just going to block them. Okay, we keep it simple. We don't want to have 50 million blocking schemes. We're going to step play side and cut off. That's what we want to do. Okay, now our tight end that we brought over, okay, he is responsible for his blocking rules are inside over free. Okay, so that is if there's a defender on his inside gap, which we consider the inside shoulder or the outside shoulder of the tackle, that is a down block. We are to block him. If there's no one on his inside, he blocks the defender over. If there's no one on his inside, there's no one over him, he's free to go to the middle linebacker. Okay, and if for some reason he can't cut off this middle linebacker, don't chase and work back to the next one. Okay, our four-back is going to step outside leverage. Outside leverage step, he's going to seal the DN, and he's going to work to get his butt to the sidelines. Okay, we cannot get beat through our upfield shoulder. Our split end, okay, we're going to have him crack down on this outside linebacker. Now, I understand a lot of leagues you can't crack block. Okay, our league, technically, we really can't either. They are a little more lenient as long as we don't decleat the kid. That's just our league. Okay, so you could still have him block down without decleating the kid, So if crack blocking isn't allowed or they're calling it, just have your split end, go on his crackdown path. Instead of hitting this kid when he isn't looking, just have him break down, and when he turns, you just run into him. Still does the job. You actually don't need a decleat here. You just need a good seal off block. It's literally just a longer distance of this seal. Okay? So for leagues that you can't crack block or it's frowned upon, okay, that's all we're doing. We're sealing him. We're blocking him down, and we'll as soon as he turns and sees us, then we'll step in and block him. That's it. So there's the solution for that. Now our corner, he's gonna what we call the two-back is gonna tunnel the corner. It's been a long day, guys. Sorry. Our two-back is gonna tunnel the corner. Okay, his aiming point is the outside shoulder of this corner. That's what we tell him. If the corner is really hard pressing to contain, okay, he's really trying to force this inside, then we just wash him that way, okay? But our aiming point is the outside shoulder. And you'll see on the video clips, R2 does such a good job of lead blocking. The biggest mistake sometimes these kids will make when they're lead blocking, okay, will be indecisiveness. Our two-back did a good job just going to attack the block. And whichever way this kid went, we just blocked him. So it was a really good job. And then this is just a little different way of running jet. We're going to jet sweep to this kid. So red, set, go, gets the snap. We just want to go numbers and then to the sidelines and we want to score. Okay, so it's just jet sweep. Nothing changes for him. Now, most teams will pull this guard and they'll fake trap. We just load up one side, move our two-back over, and go. Okay, so this is a great way to get an extra blocker at the point of attack. And it's a great way to just catch the defense off guard. If you break the huddle, we like to break the huddle fast, get down and run the play because we don't want to give them time to recognize it and get their defense aligned properly. And you'll see on the game clips I'm going to show in about a second here that even, we go so fast out of the huddle and get set, sometimes our camera guy was a second behind. So we're going to go through some film. It's going to be the good and the bad. There's a lot of things that we could have did better on these. So I have a bunch of well-executed jet sweeps, but I think it's important to show ones that had success just because the play is good. Even if you're not running it perfectly, it's still a good play. Athletes in space will always work, regardless of how, well the play is blocked. Jet sweep's great because you only got to block 3 guys, really. The DN, outside back corner, you only can block 3 guys. If you can find a way to get 3 guys blocked, even a little bit, jet will probably be a good play for you. So I found a couple plays from this past season, okay, that have a good balance of the play concept working well, just it being a good play, good blocking, some bad blocking, some real things that you need to focus on when you're really starting to install this, okay? So yeah, let's get this on film. Got a couple good clips for you guys. Okay, guys, here's the first play. See, we're heavy right. We're going heavy right 38 jet. Okay, so we're going to block him. We're going to step, seal, block this kid, and then we are going to tunnel this corner. Okay, that's how this is designed. And then our tight end should go for the inside backer here. Okay, I'll run this play through. There's a couple mistakes here. Nonetheless, it's still a pretty good play, so let's see how it goes. I'll run it through. All right, couple things here. This isn't bad. This is the first. I think it's probably this is our first drive of the season against a very good team who won the championship last year and then the year before. And we ended up playing these guys in the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, this is a good team we're playing here. Okay, their DN. Okay, a lot of times he would start outside and shoot in. So our wing does a good job of taking that outside leverage step. Okay, it does leave a gap, which is enticing for kids to want to shoot. Which in this case, this is definitely their best player too. So we didn't run jet a lot to the right for this reason. But this kid was kind of doing his own thing. He's probably, they're in a 4-4, so he is that C gap defender. But sometimes he would contain, and sometimes this kid would insert here. So this time he shot down. Okay, and our wing, okay, he takes an outside leverage step. Okay, make sure he isn't fighting outside. He goes down, and it doesn't take a lot. This kid just shoves him and washes him down. That's all it takes. Okay, so don't be scared if they shoot the gap. You just have this kid just push him and wash him down. The jet sweep hits so fast that it really doesn't impact the play. Okay, so this kid shoots inside. We wash him down. That's decent. Our split end does a decent job. Let's see his first step. It's a decent first step. Okay. So he's going to seal. He's going to block this kid. Now let's look at our tight end. Okay. Our tight end works to the 4. Great job there. And we get a tunnel of the corner. And they're playing like a 2 high. And they would roll the safety down. Okay, like they would put the motion away corner on the line and just blitz him. Then they keep this kid deep. And then they'd roll him in the alley. So that was their game plan for us. But you could see we wash him down just enough. We got a good crack. We got a good tunnel of the corner. It's a decent play there. And I like how our lead blocker is just decisive. He sees him. He's trying to get to his outside shoulder. Okay, you can see how he's trying to get to his outside shoulder. But he sees the corner is pressing out. So we just take him out and push him out that way. So this is a good play. All right, let's watch the next one. Decent play here. It's against the same team later in the playoffs. Decent play. A couple things on this one too. All right, this was the first round of the playoffs. Like I said, this team was very good. Okay, we play them every year, twice, once in regular season, and we end up seeing them in the playoff. This team actually beat us in overtime last year as 7th graders, and they started out the season. We played them the first game, so it was a tough opening game for us. We barely beat them by a touchdown. Okay, and then we played them in the the first round of the playoffs here. They had their 2 best players out for like 3 games, so they lost 3 games in a row. And then as soon as those kids came back, this kid and then actually the quarterback are pretty good. And then even there, the running back, this kid was hurt too. So, they got all those kids back the last part of the season. They basically started off 1-3, and then they just ripped off like 3 or 4 in a row once they got these kids back. And then, of course, we were undefeated. We had a good team, but this was pretty much the championship. These were the 2 best teams in the league. They just struggled mid-season with injuries and stuff. But we knew we were either going to play them in the first round or see them again in the championship. But okay, let's watch this through here. One little issue here. Okay, and this is good game film because these teams are, this team's pretty good. like athlete-wise. They're poorly coached at times, but athlete-wise, they're very good. So you could really see the concept of the play. All right, our wing, he's not stepping. He should be stepping with this foot out here and then whipping his hips around. You could see he's kind of taking a false step because this kid is shooting inside again, okay? So we wash him out. And that's not that bad of a block. I would have liked to see him more sealed here because I don't want this kid spinning off and then impacting the play later. Okay, like he spins off. And he's chasing down the play later. So it's not a bad block. It's a great finish. Okay, I like how he runs his feet down, and the kid spins off. So that's still a good play. Now let's look at our split end here. Okay, crack this kid. Okay, this kid's running backwards, which is fine. You know, if he came up forward and we block him good, it's probably a touchdown. It's not good football that he's running backwards, but if he came straight up, we would wash him right down and probably score. Because he bellied it back, he actually was able to help save a touchdown. But our split end chases here. Let's see, he takes a good inside path. He realizes this kid's going out, so he adjusts and tries to block him. Does a good job not clipping him. And then we just takes him over. The two-back takes him over. Okay, so that's not bad. Well, you'll see this, like, a lot of times teams will fly out. And the next video we're going to do is a play we call jet power to take advantage of when defense do this. So that'll be a video for another day. R2 blocks the corner and blocks that kid. This is a heck of a job. R2, we obviously had a really good two-back / fullback. And he goes right to a corner. Look how decisive he is. Gets a piece of him. The kid wants no part of him. And he blocks the kid our split end's supposed to block. I would have liked our split end to say, okay, I can't get this kid. Let's work to the next kid. This is what I was talking about in the diagram. Like, we can't chase. If we miss our block, don't chase. Work down to someone else. If he says, all right, whatever, can't block him, let me get someone else. Maybe he blocks 4. Maybe we get a touchdown, right? So that's a good coaching point that obviously we didn't really do a good enough job with my kids this year on that. That's something headed into the 2023 season, especially as I get a whole new group of kids, okay, because we're moving down. So now I'll have that next team for the next couple of years. But that's a good point to keep in mind, too. Don't make the mistake like we did. We didn't teach it enough. We preached it, but obviously we didn't do it enough to where they still didn't do it. You know, we were doing it most of the season, and this is a playoff. So there's no reason why, you know, you should skip them. Okay, work to 4, and we score here. So don't be like us. Teach the kids if they can't get their block, go to the neck, work down. Okay, don't chase. This is never good chasing back. You'll clip them, you'll get in the way. Just work to the next kid. Okay, so that's, again, something super important. That's the difference between, I mean, it's a good play for us. We got 21 yards on it. But we don't want 21 yards. We want a touchdown, right? So we got it blocked pretty good except for that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's see what our tight end did. Decent skip, chased for him. That's not too bad. They're flying out of there. All right, let's watch the next. And this kid's putting in his mouth. Forgot to put it in his mouthpiece. Moving before the snap. But this is a good clip. Good, some coaching points here. We got a break, not calling that. Again, I have some really good jet sweeps, which I'll do another video of. But, like, you know, it's youth football. It's never going to be perfect. So I want to find ones that have problems that you really need to focus on. That if you could clean up, it could be the difference between scoring or not. I mean, put your mouth, kid, in. Put your mouthpiece in, kid. Crazy. But, yeah, you can see we're heavy right here. Okay, we're going to get a crack here. We're going to seal here. And we're going to tunnel here. All right. So now our split end. This is against a 6-2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This kid starts off the line, but he creeps up late. So we would have him. This is actually a tag we call it Charlie. Okay, which tells our split end. He's going to crack the D end. He's going to arc and seal, and he's going there. So basically, instead of our split end blocking him, our wing blocking him, split end blocks him, and our wing arcs. So they're basically switching responsibilities. A lot going on with those lines. All right, so let's watch this play. Right off the bat, split end doesn't seal and work his butt to the outside. This is game like 4. It's just starting to come together for us. But this is the second. This is my second year with this group, but this was a new receiver, so he was somewhat new. He only got a couple reps during the practice week for it. We had to, we moved some kids around because of injury, and he had to kind of play there. So like he was on and off of split end. He did a good job sometimes, but here, boom, we need our hips over here, butt numbers to the sidelines, because he's going to be able just to come underneath that and impact the play. Now, our wing does a good job arcing. Now, problem is when he arcs, he's got to get his head to 33. He's arcing for the next linebacker. Okay, he's got to arc and block him, not the corner, because I got 2 guys blocking 1. Watch right here. We got 2 guys blocking 1. He turns and blocks him. He blocks him. We got to play. Now our tight end, he has an inside gap defender, so our tight end is blocking down on him. So he's blocking here. He's arcing for here. Our 2 back is blocking the corner here, and our tight end is blocking this inside shade. He's on his inside shoulder. Nonetheless, it's still a good play. Jet sweep's just good. Even when we don't block it 100% properly, it's still good. You can see we come out really fast here. It's good belly into the backfield, hash numbers, sidelines, and try to score. Not a bad play. Yeah, all right. Well, that play underachieved. Well, it's been like a couple weeks since watching this, so it's like, all right. First things first here, tight end doesn't even get off the ball. Everyone else is flying around. Tight end slow off the ball here. No, don't like that. This is a 4-4. He blocks this inside gap defender. He needs to flip his hips and seal here. Get off the football. Not happy with that. Our split end needs to be here. We should see, it's good that we see his numbers, his jersey, right? You see his jersey number, his name, sealing off, but he needs to be on the hip here. He needs to be sealing off right here. He's going to arc here. He is going to lead tunnel for corner. Not a bad play. Again, this is our Charlie tag. Against a 4-4, 6-2, we like Charlie. This is a 4-4. They have 3 of their 4 linemen standing up. Okay, they roll up their 1 inside linebacker. And then the 1's real far off the ball, so we're going to seal here, arc here, tunnel here. So what's great about jet sweep is if we get this kid blocked, this kid blocked, and this kid blocked, we should get a big play. 1, 2. We get these 3 players blocked, we should have a really good play. So here's our Charlie tag. Whereas if we didn't Charlie it, our split end, go to this kid, and our wing would seal. But since this outside linebacker, he started pre-snap, he was so far back, and then he would creep up. So this is a really hard block for our wing. So when it's a hard block for our wing back, we'll say Charlie, and that'll tag our split end and tell him he is sealing because he's got a better angle and he's got outside leverage, and he's going to arc for someone who he has a better angle and leverage on. So that's basically the Charlie call there. Good block by our 2 back. It's decisive, right? Doesn't look back. He sees the kid goes out, uses momentum for him, and knocks him down. All right, let's start here. Yeah, this is against a very, very fast and physical team. They were extremely poorly coached, but they had much better. I mean, we have some big boys, but you could see the skilled positions. Look at the side. Like, they had some athletes on this team. All right, big problem here. A lot of times, and this is earlier in the season too, so But a lot of times you'll have two players blocking one. So I have my wing and my split end blocking the same guy. Right here, I have 2-on-1. Okay, so that's never good. Tight end does a decent job. I just need our tight end to really, and in his defense, pre-snap, he is kind of on his inside shoulder. And he's like, then he shifted over, and then post-snap, he's slanting out. And this is a defense we would run jet power against, which again, that'll be another video. This is a look we would get jet power or buck or reverse buck is 2 plays we scored on against them. 2 of the 3 plays we scored on. So I got 2 guys on 1 here. That's not good. Our 2-back does a good job taking the first guy he sees, but the corner makes the play. The corner that our 2-back is responsible for ends up making the play because my 2-back has to come off and block this guy who our wing should have blocked. Our wing's got to arc here and block him. So split end with the little marker here. Split end. Oh, wrong thing. Sorry. Split end here. 2 to arc. Tight end here with outside leverage. And our 2 here. So we count for him, him, him. We should have a play. But because we got 2 guys blocking 1, this doesn't score. Would they have run us down? Maybe. they had some athletes, man. But still not a bad play nonetheless. All right, I'll run all these back, let you watch them in the beginning without me talking the whole time. But you could see, like, you know, the running back is getting the ball. He's already at full speed. Defense is standing still. So, and you only got to block 3 players. You get 1, 2, 3 blocked, you got to play. And even if you don't block anyone inside really good, you just run right past them. Jet hits so fast that it doesn't matter what happens inside. Anything inside the tight end really doesn't even matter, honestly. And then if you really want to stop jet sweep from a defensive standpoint, you really got to roll to it. And then once they aggressively sell out to stop it, they bump out or they roll down to it. That's when you run jet power, where we, instead of going outside, we cut in and we base everyone out. That's where you run trap off of it. You could run buck. You could run anything off jet sweep. Post wheel off jet sweep, which is nasty. Okay, so I'm going to be making videos throughout the off season on those as well. But yeah, that's a jet sweep play. Okay, some good, some bad of it, and we run a lot of jet sweeps, so I have more film coming. And if you guys like these videos and find them useful and actually sit through the whole video, you know, let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely do more. But the next play I'm going to break down, this will kind of be, maybe I'll label it part 1. Next play we'll break down will be jet power, and then part 3 will be our buck play. Part 4 will be our post wheel, and then our QB wedge. That is all fake. Those is all off of jet sweep. So we're going to get our jet sweep offense going. So yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys take care. Enjoy the holidays.